Hey guys, welcome back to Cat View. So I want to do a quick little upload on DC fandom. So I wanted to make this upload for you guys like last week when DC fandom dropped. I watched the entire event and it pretty much drained my soul. I think a lot of people did not have a great time. It was like a 4 hour event. I think there was a lot of like TV show stuff. There was a few comic book things. So what I want to do is rather than talk about the entire event. I want to focus on the things that were positives out of the event and that I really enjoyed or I liked. Um, so I'm gonna run through those real quick and like let you guys know which ones what I enjoyed from fandom and what I felt was like had potential, and some stuff was really cool and really dope and awesome, and some stuff was pretty good but like didn't knock my socks off. I feel like I need more um to get to that level. So I feel like I need to see more. But there were a few things that I enjoyed. So the things that I liked that were kind of potential that I just generally liked from DC fandom. I really enjoyed first of all the Smallville 20-year like reunion situation with Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum. That was really cool. Um, I really loved Smallville. I think a lot of people liked Smallville. Uh, for some people, that's actually their first introduction to like soup. So it's like kind of weird to think that, but Smallville was a big show, and it was around for a long time, and it was it was pretty cool. So I really loved the show back in the day, and I enjoyed the reunion. That was actually kind of cool. Although, like, generally, the whole DC fandom event felt off. Like, a lot of it felt really, like awkward, I think is the word I would use. Like, from I think the script, like the actors and TV show hosts were like reading off of, like it just seemed very like scripted, and some of the writing didn't seem great, or at least the dialogue that came out wasn't performed that well. I don't know, but yeah, it just seemed awkward, and the editing too. I didn't like the editing, like they cut off. I think Michael Rosenbaum like at the end of his set, like they were just like next, like they were just like trying to fly through shit, and it's kind of ironic because it felt like it dragged on for so long. Um, so yeah, there was a few like the DC fandom event was a little bit all over the shop. Like it wasn't all bad, but there was a lot of stuff that wasn't great. So yeah, the Smallville 20-year anniversary was really cool. It was dope just to see those actors come back and talk about those characters that I really enjoyed. It was really awesome. The second thing that I enjoyed was the Super Pets. That was really cute and sweet, and it looks like it's got potential. They only did a small teaser. That's an animated a film that's coming up, which will have The Rock and Kevin Hart starring. And it looks kind of funny. It's kind of cute. So I kind of I like that. That looked pretty good. After that, I enjoyed, of course, the Wonder Woman 80th celebration, Wonder Woman's 80th birthday. So that was really cool. Of course, I'm gonna love that. I love the original fan art that they showed. That was awesome. Just to see the fan art and people that did all those drawings, paintings, custom prints, everything all around the world was amazing. They did show a lot of fan art for other things as well, but their fan art presentation was a bit all over the shop. Like there were a few times when they showed the same image more than one time, and then at the same time they didn't give the original artworks enough time to like really show. So I feel like that was a hit and miss. Like I think with the Wonder Woman ones, they showcased the artists pretty well. But yeah, like you can imagine how many like images and drawings and paintings and all that people had submitted, and they went through to select, the 10 that they were going to show, and then to to like muck it up and like show one for 2 seconds and then show the same one 3 times. It's just messy. Like it was just uncoordinated, messy. And that's pretty much how the event felt as a whole. Um, so those are the things that I enjoyed besides the main trailers. Now, for me, the main trailers, I know there was a lot of TV stuff. It was really awkward for me and annoying as well because I don't watch the TV shows, the DC shows. So like legit 99% I think of the presenters that were there I didn't recognize. I didn't like. give a shit at all. I didn't care. I just wanted to get through it to see what I wanted to see, and I think a lot of people felt like that. Especially like I was in a live chat, so watching on YouTube, and like everybody the whole time was just in the shits trying to watch Batman trailer. I was interested in a few things. I was hoping they would give me a bit more to surprise me as well, but I wasn't, I wasn't like opposed to the event. I just didn't expect much of it, and to be honest, it basically did what I thought it was gonna do. It let me down. It let me down. But I also did get surprised pleasantly, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So the main trailers that I'm talking about is the Batman, Aquaman, which wasn't a trailer. We got a little behind the scenes thing. Um, I like the Shazam stuff, although I'm not really into Shazam, but that was cool because Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren looked really awesome. So I might have to watch that. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, who doesn't want to see Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu as badass villains, like with like powers? I might have to watch it. But for me, yeah, it was Aquaman, the Batman, the Flash, of course, and I really enjoyed also the Gotham Knights. So that these were trailers that I was looking forward to. So the Gotham Knights game, and one that surprised me. Well, there's also Black Adam, but another one that surprised me was because I knew Black Adam they were gonna show stuff, so that's why I'm not saying that that was a surprise. But one that did surprise me was Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. Now I don't like the Suicide Squad. I don't know if you guys have watched my reviews. I'm not a fan of the Suicide Squad. I think it's a fucking stupid concept. I don't like the live action films. The first one wasn't the worst, but I don't really, I'm never gonna watch it ever again. Um, so yeah, not a fan of the Suicide Squad generally, but I did actually really enjoy the game trailer. But anyway, we'll go through the list. So let's start with the one that I enjoyed the most. I think like for me, the most anticipated has to be the Flash for obvious reasons. You guys know I'm a DC girl, obvious reasons, right? But we'll talk about the one that surprised me in the best way possible and that I was like most impressed by trailer wise, like presentation wise, all that shit. So I can't say it was the Flash because the Flash trailer was a little underwhelming. So it was Black Adam for me, surprisingly, right? Like I was not really looking forward to Black Adam. I mean, I think The Rock is a good actor, but I'm just sick of seeing him everywhere. And I get him. Like he's very much on the grind. Dude has, he produces and he does a lot of stuff behind the scenes and he makes a lot of money. And he likes to, get his hands in all the cookie jars. And I get that. I get him as a businessman and all that stuff. Um and I don't hate the dude. He's very, very cocky, and it's like off-putting sometimes. Like I like people that are humble at times, and I've seen The Rock be humble many times about his life and his upbringing and all that stuff. It's not that again, like, but it's just when it comes to as a performer, he he's very egotistical. It comes off like that, and so I kind of get sick of seeing him everywhere because it almost takes away from the authenticity of his performance and the creativity behind the characters that he plays when that comes out and you see the actual Dwayne Johnson the Rock. So that annoys me. So I wasn't really particularly looking forward to the film, although I was interested because Sarah Shay is in there, and I adore Sarah Shay. I like her. I've liked her for ages. I'm a fan of hers. She's awesome, and I think a lot of people are going to be really surprised by her as well because I don't think a lot of people know her, and I don't think a lot of people know Black Adam. I, for one, don't. I have no idea what the fuck. Well, I know now a little bit, but I had no idea who the fuck Black Adam was. I never ever like had any idea. So I was intrigued, but I wasn't like it wasn't something I was looking forward to. Of all the trailers that I knew were gonna come, that was not one of them that I was like really excited about that much. Um, but it was the best trailer. It was a teaser. It was like 40 seconds, and it was to me the best one that dropped out of all of them. Purely because it made me feel like I was watching like a Snyder-esque feeling kind of shot, like a sequence of scenes, because it really felt like one shot, to be fair. It was like so short. Um, but that's what it felt like. It was very dark, it was very ominous, it was very like cryptic. It was haunting in his character, the way he moves, the speed, the agility, the strength, the raw fucking brute force, and the fact that he's gonna be this villain and he's gonna be completely fucking ruthless, which we know from the trailer, from that teaser. The fact that he just legit fried somebody in 2 seconds without question, without remorse, without concern, without hesitation. He looked very formidable, and when he, catching the bullet and then lifting up, all I could think was Justice League. Like all I could think was imagine if this villain and Darkseid teamed up and he went against Superman, or just Superman, or just the Justice League. Like if him and Darkseid teamed up against the Justice League, imagine that shit. Or just him against Superman would be pretty fucking cool. He just looked so fucking formidable, and it gave me those Snyder vibes, and I've been missing that since Snyder Cut, of course. So that was like, yeah, that was an awesome teaser. I am, like I said, really excited to see what Sarah Shahi has to do as well. I know what her role is going to be, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, like the other cast members too. I like the cast that's in this film generally, so I'm looking forward to it. It would be pretty cool to see like Hawkman and everything, and all that stuff. So, and I like the actor who he's playing him, and so I'm excited to see it. I have no idea about Cyclone, so I'm curious about her, but not really. I mean, I'm guessing what her powers are, but like, yeah, I'm intrigued a lot more now thanks to that teaser. So I'm very much happy to like get into it and see what it's about. But I can't wait to see The Rock being this brutal, um, menacing force. So I like the dark shit. So that was the most surprising and um exhilarating trailer for me. All right, moving on. So trying to keep it short and sweet as much as I can. So next one would be the Flash. I'm gonna do these in order of my anticipation levels. So the next one would be the Flash, of course. It has to be the Flash because literally they're doing the Flashpoint, like the Flashpoint light. Like, so Andy Muschietti said that he's not doing Flashpoint. He doesn't want fans to be disappointed and think that it's Flashpoint, but it's Flashpoint. It's Flashpoint. Um, it might be creatively, a little bit different, a little bit more tweaked. Some creative choices might be different, but it is essentially Flashpoint. Now, the Flashpoint storyline basically, from what I understand, is that Barry pretty much goes back in time to, not maybe to save his mum, but like he saves his mother and he creates this whole fucking time warp universe thing, and everything goes fucking ass backwards and it becomes a mess, and basically he fucks up everything, and then he has to reset it. And I think Reverse Flash might be making an appearance as well, so that would be interesting. Now in the trailer we did see two versions of Barry. We also saw Supergirl. I liked the trailer, but there were some issues like the suit. I didn't mind the glowing, the lines and all that. It was okay, but I didn't feel like it really flattered his body shape. It just looked a bit weird. Of course, I'm gonna prefer Snyder's version. In some ways, not completely. The suit, like in some ways, I feel like if it was like a mesh between Snyder's Flash suit and this Flash suit, that would have been cooler. Like maybe like the armor type look of the material that he uses in the Snyder version, but then with the like lines going through it, that would be cool. Um, but I guess yeah, it's different. It's definitely different. I didn't like how the mask fit. That was probably the most annoying thing of the suit. Like the rest of it, I think I could kind of get down with, but I think yeah, the um the way the mask sat on his face and the way his collar popped, and it seemed like, how astronauts have like that pop and then they put the helmet and it fits, like it was kind of like that, except with Barry it's not a helmet that connects, it stops here, so like it was just weird. um so that was like my nitpick with the trailer. But generally, I enjoyed the trailer. I liked that we got to see a bit of Keaton. That was pretty awesome. It was definitely very much a tease. Another thing I didn't like about that trailer was the shot where they had Supergirl and the two Barrys, and it was like the three of them, and he's like, "Are you in?" at the end. That I didn't like because of the grain, like the way it was shot. You really couldn't see very much, and you couldn't really see Sasha Callie's Supergirl, and it just didn't. I didn't like the way it looked. They all looked too similar, and I felt like that could have been a really cool shot if there were differences, like that could have looked really cool. But obviously there isn't. Like, and then so when you've got a long haired Barry, and then the same like length of hair with Supergirl, it just, I don't know. And the suits are similar in color. Like, it just looked weird. I didn't like it. I feel like it was a missed opportunity to make something really cool. But that's just me nitpicking, my opinion. But yeah, I'm definitely obviously intrigued because I want to know what the fuck happens with that. I want to see more of Supergirl, um, and I want to see more of Keaton. And yeah, I'm curious. I feel like I got the gist of what's gonna happen, but still, I want to see it. Still want to see it. So definitely looking forward to another trailer for that. Okay, moving on next. Now this one's a hard one because I am definitely looking forward to the Batman movie, but I was blown away by the Gotham Knights game. The first trailer was upsetting because Bruce was dead. We don't know if that's true, but it looked really good. Like, the visuals looked really nice, but I wasn't really that into it because I don't want to play a Batman game without Batman, you know. And I think that's kind of everyone's concern. However, um, this was different. This was very much more a story trailer, and the cinematography, animation was on point. Like, it was just really good. It was beautiful. Like, the first shot, I was like, "Oh my God, this looks great. Imagine this on a PS5." Guys, it looked so fucking good. It was just so crisp, um so realistic, and not just that, but the story was really well done. I love the Court of Owls representation. Um it was really good. It actually made me want to get the game. Whereas the first trailer, I was like, this looks kind of fun, but I've seen the gameplay. I've played Batman games, and I don't really love the combat style. And I certainly am not going to like it if I'm not playing as Bruce. You know what I mean? The only character I might play is as in this game would probably be Batgirl, of course. But yeah, I wasn't really feeling it that much with the first trailer. But this blew me away completely. I thought it was fantastic. It was such a good trailer, such a good trailer. It's actually a shame that a lot of people that I watch, because I watched the event and then I watched, of course, a bunch of people reacting to the event and reacting to trailers to see if they felt the same way, and just because it's the fandom of it all. Um, and I didn't see many people reacting to the Gotham Knights trailer, and that was upsetting because I was like, "This is a fucking good looking game, man." The games like stood out, like they really did shine. It was pretty good. So that's probably, yeah, it's up there. And then after that one, let's go with Batman, because of course the Batman is very much anticipated by a lot of people. It's probably the most anticipated, I think, and talked about trailer that came out of DC fandom. From what I saw, it was trending on Twitter. So was so was Restore the Snyderverse. To be fair, Restore the Snyderverse actually got more tweets than the Batman, at least initially, for a while, for about an hour. I don't know what happened after that. I stopped following, but yeah. Um, so the Batman. So look, I'm still annoyed and I'm still pissed off about Robert Pattinson's slender build Batman. I'm not a fan. I know that people are gonna argue. I can't be bothered. Don't bother typing in my comments about Christian Bale because he was a bit slender, although he had weight on him, but he was slender. He was a slender build, and I didn't like the Bale Batmans. I really didn't. Like, to be honest with you, I know the Dark Knight is like, people's favorite Batman ever. It wasn't mine. I didn't like it. I didn't like how they did Bane. I didn't like how they did Batman. I didn't like most of it. Um, so for me, I like a buff Batman. I've always have. I like a Batman that looks like he can take care of shit. Because for me, Batman isn't just about agility and martial arts and all that shit. He's got brute force because he is a human. Because at the end of the day, he's still a man in a suit, and he doesn't have powers. He's not Superman. He's not Wonder Woman. He doesn't have super speed, super force. Like, you know, his strength is based on his human capabilities and maximizing those as much as you can, as much as a human could. So he's supposed to look like a fucking tank. Like, I didn't need him to look like The Rock, but I needed him to look more like Affleck's Batman. And I respect Affleck's grind because he looked even as Bruce, like when you saw him in a suit, he looked really good. He looked fit. He looked chunky. His posture was great. I just, yeah, I don't like the slender situation with Batman. To me, like, there's a shot in the trailer where he's like, it's a warning. Like he's like, it's not just a sign, it's a warning. And he comes out, and it just didn't feel like what it was meant to feel. When I heard it, because they released a little clip of the bat signal. I think Matt Reeves dropped a clip of the bat signal on Twitter, and it just had the audio of Pattinson saying that line, and it sounded better even actually in that the way that it was tuned. It sounded dark, and it sounded fucking scary. It was like, yeah, shit, but we better not mess with Batman. It sounded like what it was supposed to sound like, but then in the actual trailer with the footage, with him actually walking out, didn't do it for me. He looked no different to the thugs that he was fighting. If they put on his suit, they could just be Batman. Like, I didn't see that much difference. You know, obviously he's got gadgets and this and that, which he relies on, which we see him use with one of the guys that he beats up. But yeah, I mean, look, he's definitely got the crazy with this Batman. He's definitely got like he doesn't know what his limits are, and he's not completely in control, and he's sort of like, he's like what, year two Batman, so he's still like definitely kind of crazy, and he looks very aggressive. And I'm not saying I'm not going to enjoy him beating the shit out of people. I am, but I don't like how slender he is. It doesn't make me feel like he's, the Batman. However, besides that, there was so much cool shit about the trailer. I loved the start sequence. I knew straight away it was the Riddler before we even saw that cup. I just knew it was the Riddler. That was really cool. I really appreciate the little touch, the green on the rim and the cup and the question mark out of the foam. That was just a really neat touch. It was pretty cool. It set the tone for what you're about to see with the trailer, and the trailer was really like, it was pretty good. I think the first trailer was better just because I got to see Batman beating the shit out of people way more. He seemed scarier. He seemed, you know, in the first one. This was more, backstory, going into things a bit more, showing a lot more of Catwoman. Look, Zoe Kravitz is awesome. I think Zoe Kravitz is gonna do a great job. Although to be fair, I didn't love the ski mask look. I want to see her with an actual cowl that is tight. I hope that they do that. Although there were a lot of shots where she's with Batman without anything on there, and I was like, wait, I'm confused. Like, so to me, it seems like in the first trailer when they have that fight sequence, I think what happens is he maybe unmasks her because she's really just wearing this basic little, like, it looks like a beanie with like a little thing cut out here. And you can see pretty much her whole face. But that's been a superhero thing for ages where, like Clark will move his glasses and then she's like, oh, you're Superman. Like, it's just so stupid, but it is what it is. It's, the way comic book stuff works. So look, they put it in the movies, but I feel like they could have been more creative with it. So I don't know what's going on. I mean, I know that she's doing a good job as Selena Kyle, that's for sure. Like, you definitely get to see her do a lot of wig changes and a lot of like undercover stuff, and she's, I can take care of myself, and she looks badass. Like, there's a one sequence where she just jumps up and I think like Batman goes after her, and oh, it looks so good. She looks great like in what she's wearing. It's just the top part. Like, I just wish she would wear the cowl. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that because, like I said, we saw her unmasked talking to Batman in the suit many times. So I'm pretty fucking confused about that. However, there were some gorgeous shots. The shot where he's looking over the city at sunrise, the shot where they've got the background landscape with, I think, like a sunset cascading through the like window, and she's like touching him. That looks right out of the comic books. That was really awesome. I still don't like his build, but that looked really cool. Yeah, there were some gorgeous shots in the trailer. Colin Farrell looks fucking awesome. I think he's gonna do a great job as Penguin. I like this kind of Penguin. I love the Danny DeVito Penguin too, like the completely like decrepit version of Penguin. But I like this mob style Penguin as well. I think, yeah, Colin Farrell's gonna be awesome. As far as the Riddler goes, I'm very intrigued to see more. There was a scene where there was like a jail and like the glass, and he hits the thing, which I didn't like the delivery there. I felt like it was like he was too in his head with that line. But anyway, um, but I think I can't remember the actor's name, but there's a scene where they're all walking out of the courthouse, and it's like it was Catwoman and Penguin, and then there was another character, sorry, and I've seen him many times. He was in Mr. Deeds. I've seen him plenty of times, but basically, I think that's him. I think he might be playing that character. Possibly. I don't know. He might not be Riddler. He might be someone completely different. But you do see him come out. So that makes me think that maybe like they got released, like they because justice is not served, it's Gotham, you know what I mean? Bad guys go free and bad shit happens. So that makes me think that maybe it's him and he got released or something like that, and then that's how he could, goes on killing, or maybe I don't know, maybe not, maybe he's someone else entirely, and there's another. I mean, I feel like it'd be a bit too much if they've got the Riddler plus Penguin and then another villain, but like who knows? And then poor Batman's got to deal with like Catwoman too. Selina's like on her shit, but like, I think that connection looks really good. I'm not gonna lie to you, like that looks really. That was probably the most comic book accurate thing that I saw. The Selina and Batman relationship, the back and forth, the dialogue, the way the writing, it looks really good. And of course, like I said, Zoe Kravitz is just gonna knock it out of the park, I think. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me with the Batman. I'm excited about it. Looked pretty good. So I don't think they should drop another trailer. I really don't. I think that's enough. I think another trailer would just be way too much. So I don't know how they're not gonna do that considering the release date of Batman, but I think it would be way too much. I mean, look, they might do something and reveal the Riddler. I think that Flash is gonna do the same thing. They're gonna do something and like they're gonna drop a trailer and actually show Keaton in the suit. Maybe show a bit of Ben. We'll see. But yeah, I think with the Batman, I'm okay with seeing another Flash trailer because this really wasn't really a trailer. Um, and Ezra Miller presenting, it just was awkward. I feel like you can be creatively whoever you want to be. You can be whatever you want, dress how you want, be who you are, like 100%. But I feel like when you're working and you're representing, you know, the company that you work for, and then the art that you're doing and the character and the franchise, I think that you should maybe just you could have just put a Flash suit on. Is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, yeah, I think they're gonna drop another trailer for the Flash for sure, showing Keaton, showing that Batmobile that we didn't get to see, just the silhouette. Um, but I think yeah, the Batman. I don't think they should release another trailer. I think it'll be too much. I think this is enough. It also gave me a lot of Joker vibes, especially the train cart scene. Just the general, like the underground, like scene with the guys as well. Very Joker esque. Except Joker got the shit beaten out of him and then he shot everybody. Whereas this one, Batman just beats the shit out of them. I still don't get how with Robert Pattinson's build, but hey, it's a movie. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. So I'm still looking forward to seeing him being really ruthless though. That will maybe compensate for how he doesn't remind me of Batman. So we'll see. All right, moving on. So the last one that I want to talk about was the Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. Now, again, this is not something I thought I would talk about, but I really liked the trailer. I thought it was so funny. I liked the way Amanda Waller looked. Harley, I didn't love the way she looked, but she sounded really good. Voice acting seemed really strong. Even Shark looked better. Shark better. King Shark was better in this than what in the fucking movies. But yeah, it actually looked really funny. I'm curious to see some gameplay though, and to see actually what goes, through with it, like what goes on with it. Like I think it's gonna be like, is it gonna be like a Mortal Kombat versus, or is it gonna be like scenarios where there's a bit more story backstory going through? We'll see. I mean, it's interest. It definitely intrigued me for sure, but like, I don't know. I guess we'll see. So yeah, but that's pretty much it for me as far as DC fandom goes. So that's my spiel about how I feel about DC fandom. This is me trying to be fast about it. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been talking pretty fast because trying to get through it as quick as I can. We're at 28 minutes. This is me being fast. So if you guys are still here, I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much for watching, and let me know what you guys thought of DC fandom. Let me know what trailers you're most anticipating, what you liked, what you didn't like. How did you feel about the event overall? Did you think it was a mishmash and kind of all over the fucking shop like I did, or did you actually enjoy it? Because if you watch the shows, you probably will enjoyed it a lot more. I don't watch the shows. They did, they announced a few comic book bits and bobs. They announced like, some new shows coming up. I just wasn't interested in anything that I saw at all. At all. So yeah. And the Batgirl, I forgot to mention Batgirl. Let me not mention Batgirl, but the Batgirl was like so quick. The reason I've not like focused on Aquaman and the Batgirl, it's not because I'm not anticipating them and I didn't like them. Of course I did. But I felt like the Aquaman real quick, like the Aquaman behind the scenes footage was really just stuff that I wasn't surprised by it. It was just Momoa being Momoa for the most part. Like there was a little thing of James Wan with a camera. Like the only thing I found interesting, and like there was no footage, there was nothing I could take from that experience. So the only thing I found interesting was that I only saw two shots of Mira, Amber Heard playing as Mira, of course, again. And that was behind, like in front of like a wind machine situation, and it was the same shot. So the behind the scenes like feature that they did, I think it was like, I don't know, 3 minutes or something like that. So it was just interesting in all of that, that you saw Patrick Wilson come back again, you see of course Jason Momoa, like you see James Wan and you see all this stuff, but like um yeah, I only saw Mirror twice and it looked like it was the same shot. So I don't know if that was because they're trying not to show anything really, or if someone else is going on there. I mean, I'm not sure. So that was the only thing I found interesting about that. And the Batgirl little behind the scenes situation that they did, which was basically a little talk with Leslie Grace and the directors of the film. That was actually really funny. It was cute. It was sweet. They did confirm that Barbara Gordon will have a red wig on, so like now everybody can shut the fuck up about her not having red hair. Although people are still gonna complain, and I bitched about this on Twitter, and I don't want to get into it, but like I think that people need to just calm down. I'm excited to see Leslie Grace play the character. I mentioned this. I back her. And I really feel like without a script, without a plot, without knowing what the fuck is going on, and without seeing a suit, I don't, and without seeing sidecast, without all this stuff that, we really shouldn't be, I think, critiquing or judging or anticipating in a negative manner what to expect. I think people should be, positive and have good vibes, and that's what you should be going into movies like. Toxic fandom it ruins things. So, DC has enough shit to worry about. So, hopefully, we can all just be a bit more kinder and more positive and optimistic. So, anyway, on that note, I'm gonna leave it here. Tell me what you guys thought. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later.